Capricorn, when I sat down to pull cards for you today, the energy that came through immediately grabbed my attention. What's coming for you is intense, transformative, and involves someone who is absolutely terrified of your rejection. Their fear is creating a ripple effect that's going to change everything. This is a general reading for entertainment purposes, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm interpreting the energy I see in these cards, and what I'm picking up is powerful. Let me walk you through these 10 cards because the story they're telling is about power shifts, transformation, and someone finally recognizing what they stand to lose. The first card that flew out is the Five of Cups, and this appeared with such heaviness. The figure stands cloaked in black, hunched over 3 spilled cups while 2 remain standing behind them, completely unnoticed. There's a river and bridge in the background showing a way forward, but this person is consumed by regret. What I'm sensing is this card represents someone's emotional state, the person who fears your rejection. They're in deep regret right now, looking at what they destroyed, what they lost, what they threw away. This isn't casual sadness. This is the grief that comes from recognizing you made a terrible mistake. They're mourning what could have been, and they're starting to realize that you were those 2 standing cups, the good thing they walked away from. The energy suggests this person made a choice that seemed right at the time, maybe chose someone else, prioritized something over you, and now they're drowning in consequences. Every day they wake up feeling that ache, knowing they fumbled something precious. This could be romantic, friendship, even professional, but whoever this is, they're in emotional turmoil. My intuition tells me this isn't performative grief. This is real, deep, and it's been building for a while. The Seven of Wands crashes in next, completely shifting the energy. This figure stands on higher ground holding a wand defensively, while 6 others come from below. Despite being outnumbered, they hold the advantage of position. In context of the Five of Cups, this represents their current situation. They're fighting battles on multiple fronts. This person who regrets losing you is dealing with opposition, challenges, circumstances, making them defend their choices constantly. What I'm picking up is they might be in a situation where they're trying to maintain something that's actually falling apart. Maybe defending a relationship everyone questions, fighting to keep up appearances when everything inside is crumbling. The Seven of Wands appears when someone is exhausted from constant defending, never feeling secure. Here's what clicked: they're fighting these battles while carrying that Five of Cups regret. They're emotionally devastated about losing you while defending whatever choice led to that loss. This person is stretched thin, Capricorn, and cracks are showing. While you've been moving forward, building your life, standing in your power, they've been in survival mode, constantly defending, proving, getting nowhere. The exhaustion is palpable, and tired people make mistakes. Desperate people reveal truth, and someone fighting this long is about to reach a breaking point. The tower crashes through, and when I pulled this, I felt the ground shake beneath this reading. Lightning strikes the tall structure, people fall, the crown at the top is destroyed, flames erupt. Complete destruction of what was built on false foundations. This is the brutal change, and it's not gentle. All those battles from the Seven of Wands, they're about to lose them, spectacularly. The tower represents everything built on lies, wrong choices, false assumptions coming down in a way that cannot be ignored or repaired. They've been trying to maintain something, defend something, prove something, and the universe is about to say enough. The lightning is divine intervention, truth that can no longer be suppressed, reality breaking through delusion. In practical terms, this manifests as relationships explosively ending, life situations suddenly falling apart, truths being revealed that change everything, moments of absolute clarity destroying comfortable illusions. What I'm sensing is this isn't uncomfortable change. This is change that leaves nothing standing, forces complete restart, demolishes what you thought you knew. This tower moment connects directly to their fear of your rejection. They've been terrified of approaching you, being honest, admitting their regret, because they know you have every right to reject them. That fear kept them silent, stuck, trying to make something else work. But the tower doesn't care about fear or comfort. Circumstances are forcing their hand, the foundation is crumbling, and when everything falls away, the truth of their feelings for you becomes impossible to hide. This strips away pride, defenses, carefully maintained image, leaving them exposed and vulnerable. The sun blazes in, and after the tower, I felt this surge of hope and warmth. A child rides a white horse under brilliant sun, sunflowers blooming, pure joy radiating everywhere. This is one of the most positive cards, representing clarity, truth, vitality, success, genuine happiness. After the tower's destruction, the sun shows what emerges from rubble: truth, clarity, authentic joy. There's nowhere to hide under the sun. Everything is visible, everything is clear, and that's beautiful. What I'm sensing is this represents aftermath of their tower moment, when they finally see clearly, when pretense is impossible, when they face absolute truth of their situation and feelings. The sun brings revelation. They're going to see with crystal clarity what they lost when they lost you. They'll see your value, your light, your worth undeniably. But the sun also shines on you, Capricorn. While they're having brutal clarity about mistakes, you're standing in your own light, thriving, growing, absolutely radiant in your authenticity. The child on the horse represents innocence regained, pure joy, freedom from burden. While they're processing revelations, you're blooming like those sunflowers, reaching toward your own light, living your truth. This creates interesting dynamics because their moment of clarity includes recognizing you don't need them, that you're doing magnificently without them, making their fear of rejection more acute. The Page of Swords appears next, feeling like sharp wind cutting through everything. The page stands alert, sword raised, watchful, clouds swirling, suggesting mental activity and communication. This is the card of messages, information, someone gathering courage to speak truth. In context of everything we've seen, this person is in information gathering phase, watching you, trying to figure out their approach, mentally rehearsing what to say. The page is youthful energy, sometimes awkward, but always honest and direct. They're trying to figure out how to communicate with you, how to express what the sun made them see. What I'm picking up is they're nervous, uncertain, probably overthinking every scenario. The page can indicate surveillance in a sense, not creepy, but someone trying to work up courage might pay attention to your social media, ask mutual friends about you, look for signs you'd be receptive. They're gathering intelligence, assessing situation, trying to find the right moment and words. The sword cuts through illusion to truth. When they communicate, it's going to be honest, direct, cutting to the heart of the matter. No more games, deflection, protecting ego. The page doesn't have maturity to be manipulative. This is raw, honest communication, even if nervous or imperfect. This message or approach is coming soon, Capricorn. The tower happened. The sun brought clarity. Now the page is working up nerve to speak. The King of Wands strides in with powerful, commanding energy. He sits on his throne, holding his wand, salamanders decorating robe and throne, representing transformation through fire. This is leadership, confidence, charismatic energy, someone who knows what they want and pursues it with passion and determination. What clicked for me is this represents either you in your power, Capricorn, or energy they need to embody to make a move. If this is you, the King of Wands shows you stepping into absolute confidence and self-assuredness. You know your worth. You're not playing small anymore. Capricorn energy with King of Wands creates unstoppable force. Ambitious, driven, completely comfortable in power. You're not waiting for anyone's validation, not dimming your light, claiming your throne and authority in your life. This makes you magnetic. Part of why this person is desperate to reconnect, they feel your power. If this king represents energy they need to channel, they must step up with confidence, honesty, passion, and conviction. No more tentative approaches. They need full force of truth, leadership energy, courage to be vulnerable and bold simultaneously. The King of Wands doesn't second-guess, play games, or hide behind fear. The approach, when it comes, needs to be strong, direct, genuine, or it won't land. The Six of Swords glides in with different energy, transition, movement, leaving troubled waters for calmer shores. Figures in a boat are guided across water, one side choppy and disturbed, the other calm and peaceful. This is a journey card, necessary transitions, moving away from what no longer serves. What I'm picking up is there's going to be shift, movement from one state to another. This could represent their journey from Tower chaos and Five of Cups regret toward peace, or your own journey forward. The Six of Swords appears when someone consciously chooses to leave difficulty behind, move toward healing, transition from pain. Practically, this might manifest as physical distance changing, emotional distance being closed or widened, someone literally traveling or relocating, or metaphorical journey from one chapter to another. My intuition says this represents necessary transition period. After intensity of revelation, gathering courage, stepping into power, there needs to be movement, processing, traveling from where things were to where they need to be. The Six of Swords is gentle despite being swords, not violent change, but necessary change. Being guided by someone who knows the waters suggests divine guidance, being led toward calmer circumstances. For you, Capricorn, this might mean moving away from old pain, old disappointment, old situations keeping you stuck, heading toward something more peaceful and aligned with your truth. The Queen of Wands appears, absolutely radiant with feminine power and confidence. She sits on her throne holding wand and sunflower, black cat at her feet, exuding warmth, charisma, absolute self-assurance. She knows who she is, comfortable in power, attracts what she wants through magnetic energy. She doesn't chase, beg, or diminish herself for anyone. When I see this in your reading, I immediately feel this is you, Capricorn, fully embodied in feminine power. This is who you've become through all this. While someone struggled with regret, fought battles, experienced towers crumbling, you've been growing into this queen energy. You've cultivated confidence, warmth, independence, ability to stand in truth without apology. The Queen of Wands is passionate but discerning, generous but boundaried, warm but won't tolerate disrespect. She's done inner work, knows her value, doesn't need external validation to feel complete. This is exactly why this person fears your rejection so intensely. They feel this queen energy radiating from you. They know you're not the same person they left behind or took for granted. You've evolved, grown, stepped into power in ways that make you almost intimidating. The black cat represents intuition and mystery. You see through nonsense now, Capricorn. You sense manipulation, feel inauthentic energy, trust your gut in ways you maybe didn't before. This makes approaching you genuinely scary for someone who knows they messed up, because they know you won't accept half-truths, weak apologies, or anything less than complete honesty and changed behavior. The King of Pentacles settles in with grounded, stable, abundant energy. He sits on thrones surrounded by luxury and success, holding golden pentacle, representing material security, reliability, practical wisdom, fruits of patient, consistent effort. This is earth energy at most mature and successful. Someone who built something lasting, values quality and substance, understands the long game. What I'm seeing is energy of what's possible, what this person wants to offer, or what they see in you. The King of Pentacles represents stability, commitment, real partnership built on solid foundations rather than fleeting passion or empty promises. This could indicate they're finally positioned to offer you something real, substantial, matching your Capricorn need for security and genuine commitment. Or this represents you in your most grounded, successful, abundant state. Someone who built a beautiful life and doesn't need anyone to complete it, but would only accept a partner adding real value. Either way, the king brings maturity, someone done playing games, relationships and connections built to last. Practically, this suggests conversations about real commitment, building together, long-term vision rather than short-term excitement. They might be ready to offer stability and security they couldn't or wouldn't before. But here's the thing, Capricorn. The question becomes whether you still want what they're offering now that you've built your own kingdom. Justice arrives as the final card, and when I pulled this, the entire reading clicked into place. Justice sits on throne holding sword in one hand, scales in the other, representing truth, balance, karma, divine fairness. This is about consequences, reaping what you've sown, truth being revealed, and balance restored. Everything comes full circle with justice. Every action created equal reaction. Every choice led to natural consequence. Every hidden truth will be brought to light and weighed fairly. This entire situation, the regret, fear, brutal change, revelation, approach, all of it is part of larger karmic balance being restored in your life. This person who took you for granted or made choices that hurt you now faces consequences through tower destruction and painful clarity of the sun. They're experiencing natural result of their actions, and justice says this is fair, this is right, this is how it needed to unfold. But justice isn't just punishment, it's truth and balance. If this person genuinely changed, learned from their tower moment, approaches you now with honesty and maturity represented by those king cards, then justice says you'll see that truth clearly and make your decision from wisdom. The scales will show you exactly what's real and what's performance, genuine transformation versus temporary desperation. What I'm picking up is you're going to be given all information needed to make the right choice for yourself, and whatever you decide will be fair and just. If you choose to give this connection another chance, it will be because you've seen real change and growth, and justice supports that. If you choose to reject their approach and continue your path alone or with someone else, justice supports that too, because you have every right to protect your peace and choose what's best. Justice as final card is incredibly empowering, Capricorn, because it says you hold all the power here. You're the one with the sword of truth, holding the scales, the one who gets to weigh this situation fairly and make the decision honoring your worth and future. Capricorn, looking at this reading as a whole, the story is clear. Someone who made choices leading to loss and regret is going through intense transformation. They've been carrying weight of mistakes, fighting exhausting battles, and they're experiencing or about to experience a brutal tower moment, stripping away illusions and forcing them to see truth with devastating clarity. That clarity will make them realize what they lost when they lost you, making them desperately want to reconnect, communicate, offer you something real and substantial. But here's what makes this powerful for you. While all this happened to them, you've been growing, evolving, stepping into queen and king energy, becoming so confident, so grounded, so absolutely secure in your worth that their fear of your rejection is completely justified. You're not who you were, you're not waiting around, you're not desperate for their validation. You've built your own life, you're standing in your own power, and justice supports you to make whatever decision serves your highest good. The brutal change isn't just happening to them, Capricorn. It's the change in dynamics between you, where they're no longer the one with power and you're no longer hoping for crumbs. The shift is seismic, and you get to decide what happens next from complete empowerment. Trust yourself, trust your journey, and know that whatever unfolds is exactly what needs to happen for your continued growth and happiness.